Hey, greetings fellow slinging agents in the wild. Who's ready for another installment of our homebrew scenario, Lot 27? Yeah, right in the feels. You know, we had such a blast running this scenario. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we sat down on a Saturday and ran this whole thing. And I've got to hand it to my hard slingers of yore. That's a commitment. And for that, I am grateful all the way. So let's get the shout outs handled, and then we'll be on to the main event. Over on YouTube, I want to welcome our newest subscribers, John Kennedy Friday. Welcome to the show, and I hope you're enjoying the material. Believe me, we've got quite a few seasons, so pick and choose if you want, but just know that all the Delta Green stuff runs consecutive. Also, I want to welcome Johnny Walker. Man, I love that handle. Welcome to the show. I believe you and I both have a friend in common, and no, I don't mean the whiskey, although we probably have that in common as well, but you know who I'm talking about. Give him a holler. He'd like to hear from you. Remember, if you want me to give it to you, you gotta subscribe and leave me a comment, because I love replying to those as well. All right, enough is enough. How about you warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 4 of our homebrew scenario, Lot 27. I can dig it.
Okay, so we got one blade-wielding religious zealot type person with 3 armed agents, but I have a feeling that any gunfire might attract some attention. So that means 3 fists and blade-wielding agents against this one guy. While I don't think we should rely on one person to take him out, I think we should dogpile this fool. And we give him a coup de grace. And chances are, if dexterity, mine probably being hopefully higher than this religious dude, I can get the first drop on him, and then you guys can hopefully come in if that doesn't take him out.
Sound like a plan then? Is that what your guys are going to do?
I should have given somebody else a blade too, because currently I have 3: the Tonto at my side, the obsidian knife, and a sword in its little backpack.
Well, Nakamura has a wakizashi.
Well, that's for me though. That's a special one.
I don't think he's going to be too, what's the word I'm looking for? Distinguishable about that.
Is that the right word?
No, it's not the right word.
Concerned?
No. Where you don't care about either friend or foe. What's the word I'm looking for?
Discreet, indiscriminate.
Yeah.
Indiscriminate. Yeah.
He would be more.
The sword works on
he's
more than one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's fucking tackle this
Make fun of my stupidity
Handler.
when I'm trying to do shit.
Handler,
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to
us.
Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, welcoming you once again, and with me, my hard slingers of yore.
Knives in the dark, baby.
Yeah. Episode 4 of our homebrew Delta Green campaign, lot number 27. Currently, you guys are trying to get on board the Lakeshore Limited number 49 to track down Deacon Gray and his men. You guys just went through the security checkpoint. The alarm went off. You guys were asked to step to the side. And when one of the conductors motioned for you to follow him, you realized as he led you around the corner that not only did he have a foreign accent, but that it looks like his head had been recently shaved. He turns around, obsidian blade in his hand. I need to know everybody's dex.
Well then.
Each.
15.
Odesso.
11.
Nakamura.
11.
Oh, boy.
And this individual. So
what Skinhead got?
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Find out soon enough.
Each. You see him turn around with this shiny glass obsidian blade in his hand. Leather handle protecting his fingers. What do you want to do?
Do I have time to break out the sword? If not, I will go with the blade at my hip, which is the Tonto.
You will have to go with the Tonto unless you want to defer to the next round.
I will not. Just for fun, also conveniently placed is the obsidian blade. Would
Yes,
I
it
need
is.
to be trained in that at all, or can I use that as equally as any of my other blade weapons?
Yep, you're trained in bladed weapons. Period.
All right. Well, we're going to go for something a little bit more colorful here. And as he shows me the obsidian blade, I will show him mine, and I will attack. So melee weapons under 53. That's an /4.
Roll your damage. 1d6.
Okay, 1d6. That's a 4 as well.
Oh, damn. He looks at you, eyes wide, as you brandish this obsidian blade. And he takes it, and his eyes get even wider, almost a fervor. I would do anything, including give my life away to the Lord.
That's good, because I'm not willing to do that.
Now, I'll give you an option if you want to break off the blade to do continuous damage. But then you can't use the blade anymore.
That's okay. I have more. Yeah, because we're being colorful here. I will give it a push and a snap. Leave it up in there.
So the next time your turn comes around, you will do continuous damage and then any other damage you do also. But it only comes around on your turn.
No problem.
Adesso.
I'm going to...
Punch him. Hit him with your gun. Anything. We need to take this boy down.
Can I do that? Can I hit him with my gun? Because that's what Adesso would use. And I got an under 30 for melee.
Yeah, go ahead and give it up.
All right.
Can you aim with melee? Like, why I oughta, and the next round hit him?
Yeah, I fail with an 85. I need to get under 30.
So it's just a glancing blow that just doesn't seem to connect. You see Nakamura maneuver around you each with his wakizashi held high. Your wakizashi. And he brings that to bear with a 10.
Yeah. This guy's done.
For 2 points of damage. No, he's not done.
He done. He just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
You see him with a fervor in his eye and 3 targets in front of him. 1, 2 for Adesso, 3, 4 for each, 5, 6 for Nakamura. Adesso, you're just a lucky individual in this game.
I am.
You totally are.
The guy.
With a 92, completely misses.
Oh, good shot, buddy.
Adesso, each, how will you respond in kind to this attack against your fellow?
Well, I guess if it's, they want to just do that, I'll let them fight it out. No. Well, one,
that's right. It's your turn. Okay.
Yeah. Before I attack again, I want to see what extra damage he gets from his own blade stuck in him.
Okay. I would say roll a 2-sided coin, but that's or 2-sided die, but that's just
1 to 3, 4, 5,
1, 2,
6.
3 is and 4, 5, 6.
That's a 4.
Okay, so you do 2 points of damage to him. Now go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. And now, since I didn't have my other blade handy, I will go and just attempt to punch or knee, whatever is closer in combat, the wound where I had hit him before. Let's see. So unarmed combat is actually slightly better. Okay. Under 55. That's an 11. Critical success.
Oh, max damage.
Okay. That's, I
He's
think
toast.
it's 1d4 plus 1. So 5.
5 points. Describe this punch as you plow it right into that broken shaft of a blade.
After he takes the hit, I grab as much of what is he wearing?
He's wearing a conductor's uniform, ironically, with a conductor cap on.
Oh, great. Well, then what I'll do is I'll pull that conductor's jacket around it and I'll punch the area I just stabbed him to minimize blood splatter, because I don't want to attract any tension with blood all over the place on me.
So is the jacket on or...
Jacket off, baby. No, I'm just kidding. I figure that I stabbed him in his chest, and now I'm grabbing the jacket like lapel and pulling it over, and then just like just straight, like right into the spot where the hole would be.
You see him
driving it further
crumple to the concrete, stone silent.
Here we go.
All right, now I just got to take out his eyes, right?
Yeah.
I say we do a quick search of this guy's body.
Okay.
And
How much time do we have before the train leaves?
That's what I mean, a quick search.
Minutes.
Okay.
Minutes
okay.
at this point.
So a quick search of the guy's body. If nothing's there, I'll take his unbroken knife and put it back in my sheath, and we'll pretty much just leave him where he was. And unless there's a door that I can open and drip the body in.
There's not. It
Okay.
looks like it goes to a door, but the door is closed.
Okay. And he had nothing like a wallet or anything like that?
Nope. Nothing.
Okay.
Not even a couple bucks in cash?
Nothing.
Hmm.
He had 1.2 million on him. Let's get it. Okay. Well, then let's get
Nothing
that.
wasn't
We got a
free.
train. Yeah, we got a train to make.
So you guys
Did we attract any attention? I shouldn't have asked that question.
I don't know how we could have. It took like 2 seconds.
Well, not to mention, he took us to a place where there were no cameras or surveillance. So he.
Well, I just
could not
rolled a
see.
99, so everybody did not see you. Or I should have said like nobody. Everybody is
saw
a
you.
nobody.
Even
Yeah.
the cameras didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No shit, I rolled a
critical
99.
failure. Even the surveillance camera directly on that corridor was not in operation.
Ooh, okay.
So you guys get on board the train and you make your way to roomette number 2. A few moments later, you feel a slight jostle as the train pulls out of New York's Penn Station, and your trek aboard the Lakeshore Limited begins. Within moments, daylight begins to stream through the many windows illuminating the passenger car, and you see through the windows that you're tracking the Hudson River. After a few moments, the train reaches its cruising speed of 110 miles per hour as it passes Sing Sing Prison. Is there anything you want to do?
Well, I'd love for us to be able to talk and formulate a game plan. Like,
Okay.
do we know which exit these guys are leaving? Is it the full 3-day trip? Do we know for sure? Or what? If not, maybe we post someone watching if people are exiting. 2,
Yeah.
do we know what room they're staying in?
Yes, we do. Room
Because
7.
it's the one that the Apostle Nicholas had, right?
That's what we
Potentially, but why would they kill him and leave him there with no eyeballs? So,
think. Yeah,
but then
leave his
and then
flames-
also,
well, whatever.
but those are the things I'd like to figure out and talk about so we can figure out what to do. Because
Okay, and as you're in your roomette, or if you want to go out to the table seating or the snack bar area or whatever and make these discussions, or do you want to have these discussions in your roomette?
I would think we would do it in the roomette, and then we would probably be canvassing the train a little bit. One of us sitting in the bar car or the food car, just to see if we can find any of these type people or
Okay.
find out. You know what I mean?
So go ahead and bring up your inner discussions with one another as the train trucks down the track.
All right. Well, what do you think the plan is here, Adesso? We're looking for 4 people now, assuming that the one in the hotel was one of the 6.
That would make sense. I would suggest that we reconnoiter room 7, see if there's anybody in there. See, the thing is, it can only hold 4 people, and they had the conductor doing whatever he was doing, which is strange. They would at minimum need at least 2, but since they're already eliminating people, I can't see why the conductor... And how did they spot us? How did this guy know who we were? I mean, we just came through with credentials. We could have been anybody, but he pegged us real good. Since they'd already dispatched the previous DG agency, I say we act with extreme prejudice when we encounter these guys, because they're not going to take kindly to questioning. And they must be on to us, is my thinking. Or they're aware that another group is closed in. And when this guy doesn't show up again, he's definitely going to be missed, and they're definitely going to be on high alert. So the sooner we wrap them up, the better. Or we don't do anything. We hang out for a while and hope they don't get off the train. Or we're looking for a box. We're not really interested in the people. So how do we want to play? Do we want to just kind of hang out real subtly, watch the exits and see if anybody gets off with a wood box? Or we go and look and smash and grab?
Well, the people are not the concern. If we were able to somehow just go into the room grab the box and then get off as soon as we can. That's probably the way to go. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm not sure where they're handler. Sorry if I can't remember. Do we know where these guys were headed? Do we have an idea of where they're headed?
You know that eventually this train is going to stop at Union
California.
Station in
in
Chicago. Then they're going to transfer trains to the California Zephyr, which will take them to Emeryville in Northern California.
And you said there's like a 4-hour layover?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Well, go ahead, man.
I was going to say, I'd like for you guys to make an intelligence check. I wish they had wisdom on this thing.
Yep. Paulie passes 74 under 90.
Woo. Oh my God, you're a brain. I got to roll under 50. 33. That's a fucking other.
Right on. We both figure this shit out, man.
So Nakamura, he's watching you guys interact with one another. He's definitely out-leagued at this point. He feels like a third wheel. But he's watching you guys put this shit together. You know, how do they detect you? What's this and that? And then you guys, it starts to click on you that November Cell had been attacked by these individuals back at the auction house. And you just recently spoke with an individual from November Cell. And that's probably how this individual clocked you, was by seeing her and seeing you three talk with her.
Mm.
Now I'd like for you guys to make a Hume Int check.
Miserable failure for Odesso, 79 over 55.
Yeah, failed as well. 70 over 50.
Okay. Something strikes you as odd about your last conversation with Heisenberg, but you just can't put your finger on it.
Well, we definitely can make a call with him and say that we have engaged now with the owners of the box and their subterfuge with him as a conductor and all that kind of stuff. And so we can at least brief him and find out if he knows. We didn't get the name of this guy at all, did we?
No, you did not.
All right, let's take a minute and call Heisenberg. We're on the train. We're in our room. You know, we're cleaning up and making sure we don't look like we've just killed a dude.
In a knife fight?
Yeah, I've been in a knife fight, literally. And let's call Heisenberg real quick.
Okay, and prior to you calling Heisenberg, the train makes 2 scheduled stops. As you guys peer out the windows, you don't see anybody that matches these gentlemen's description walking around or carrying this box.
For future stops, I want to make sure that we have people, the 3 of us, positioned at different areas so we can keep an eye out.
Yeah, one
Good
of us
deal.
can even leave the train, step onto the platform and watch, and one person stays on the train. And probably we'd be best to have 2 people off the train and on the platform, one on the train going back and forth to see if anybody moves. I mean, we're looking for a box.
Well,
That's
I
what we
assume
want.
too, people with the rooms are not getting off right away.
Right.
Oh
It
yeah,
should be.
because they're in for the long haul. You know, they got rooms for a reason.
Okay. Train takes off again as it makes its way towards its 3rd stop. Make your call.
Right. Flick open the phone, gather everybody around, dial.
Odesso.
Heisenberg, we're on the train. We had a little bit of a problem as we got onto the train. There was one of the guys we're tracking. We started off with 6. We think one of them was dead in the civilian hotel. One of them was in a conductor's uniform. We fell for the subterfuge. He motioned for us to come into a secluded area, then attacked us. We responded and killed him. So he's on the
Did
platform
anybody see
somewhere.
you do this?
No, nobody saw us do anything.
No, the handler rolled a 99. No one saw.
Yeah.
Good. He gets shitty rolls on awareness checks. He'll do better, much better on combat. Trust me.
I hope not.
Not this time.
So we left him. We left him where he was. We searched him. There wasn't anything on him. Nothing. No identifiers at all. Although he had shaved his head recently. We're not sure if that's relevant, but one of the things we did find in the hotel room was hair, as if someone had shaved themselves recently.
And razors.
Yeah, and razors. And this guy matched that description.
Well, when I was looking at the website of this Whisper of Ages cult group, everybody had their heads shaved, including the women. So must be par for the course there.
Yeah, this guy may be a recent recruit. because he had hair and then didn't. At any rate, we're on our way to Emeryville. We know that the pass for the guy we got was for room 7. We're going to go check that out next. But how did things go for Agent Nova?
There's a long pause. Yeah, she should be done by now. We'll send a crew to pick up her body. You know, Odessa, we can't let this shit get out. If anybody else were to pick her up, she becomes a liability.
Yeah, but we were supposed to pick her up. We, the team.
I told you that they were a low priority.
I understand. Like I said, we made contact with her. She was at the train. It's probably the reason why we were tipped off, or the other guys, the bad guys were tipped off to us. You saw us make contact with her.
You see, her being there, her very nature already compromised our mission. Let's get this clear, Adesso. Anything that happens on your end affects me, and anything that happens on my end affects you. We are in a symbiotic relationship. I can't allow you guys to be jeopardized in the field by you worrying about another agent from a cell that shouldn't even been there to begin with. Now, her handler, he'll have to answer to sending those individuals out there ill-prepared. I don't want anything bad to happen to you or Each or Makamura. So, I'm sorry, but she had to be expendable at this time. She should have never been there to begin with.
It's unfortunate, but that's the nature of our job.
Keep me posted.
On it. Out.
The train starts pulling in to another scheduled stop at Rhinecliff. Pulls in, stops at the transit. It's there for a few minutes. Do you guys want to get off? What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's get off. Let's get.
I want to let you guys do it.
Yeah, I'll have Makamura stay on the train and look for anybody trying to transport a wooden box, and we'll keep our eyes open looking for that.
Okay. The train's only there for about 10-15 minutes, just long enough for people to get off, stretch their legs, or people to get off there, people to get on there, and then the train is back underway again. At 6:05. The Lakeshore Limited begins to cross the Hudson. At 6:20, it pulls into Albany Rensselaer in New York. And you hear the engineer come over the intercom. Greetings, folks. Welcome to Albany Rensselaer. This next stop is what we call a build point. We'll be nestled here for about 45 minutes as we add a few more cars to the train. So if you want to get off and stretch your feet or do a little shopping in the station, now is the time. But please try not to wander too far. Be back on by 7 o'clock, because if you don't return on time, the train can and will leave without you. Thank you for your patience. Train comes to a stop.
Well, I would think that...
Well, wait a minute. Before the train comes to a... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Sammy.
No, I was just going to say... I doubt if there's 4 people that 4 of them would leave the room, but I bet some of them would leave the room, maybe with the guard in the room. Maybe now's our time to try to go check out that room number and maybe secure the box.
That's what I was thinking. Before the train pulled into the station, we go and check out the roomette car and just post up on either end of it and see who leaves, if anyone.
Okay. And as the train is coming to its stop, and it comes to a full stop, the lights go off and the emergency lights come on.
Is that standard?
It is standard.
Okay.
At this point also, the bathrooms will not work and the food service cars will close, preventing any crossing between them and other cars.
So are we locked in then, unless we exit the car? Are we locked in this car?
Yeah, unless you exit out onto the transom.
Okay.
Well, let's do that. I mean, we're trapped in the car unless we exit. But that means no one else can get in and they can't get out. And we're in the roomette car, correct?
Well, you can get off the car onto the station platform. You can't go between cars, though.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they leave the room, the only place they can go is like wander this hallway. They can't even use any of the main bathrooms because the bathrooms are shut down. Even the
Do our
ones that
rooms
are
have
in their
bathrooms?
car is shut down.
Do our rooms have bathrooms at all or no?
No, it seems like there's one common bathroom at the end.
No, it has a bathroom. The thing
like
that's
there's a
common
little
at the end is a shower.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I see where it says roomettes. I just didn't see
I see
that.
a little circle. It looks like a shitter.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we can't wait and see if someone's coming out of the room to go take a piss, or probably wouldn't be taking a shower, these dirty scumbag hippies.
They're not going to come out to take a shower. And if they're going to leave a deuce floating in the bowl, they're not going to be able to flush that for about 45 minutes. The only
How
thing
do
they
we-
can really do is get out of the room and get onto the transom.
How do we enter our room? Is it a key card? Is it that sort of thing?
I'm going to say it's a key card.
Okay, and that's pretty much like a standard, maybe a little bit lighter, but hotel door key card thing, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it would make more sense to have something like that rather than an actual physical key.
So what I'm basically getting at is there's not an easy way to get into these rooms.
No. And if somebody's in the room,
We have
Then it
windows
make
in
it-
our room, right?
what's that?
We have windows in our room, right? Are they with
Yeah, they-
curtains closed?
Yeah,
and
they
all
look
that?
out onto the side.
Okay, I wonder if they would be dumb enough to have a window open, not window open, but so we could look inside their car from the outside, see if there's anyone in there. Because I don't know if we're going to go and we can't get into the door, we don't have a key card. If people aren't coming out, we're not going to. If we knock, they're not going to open it. So we got to figure out how to get in.
Well, why wouldn't they open it? It's a knock on the door.
Well, they got a $1.2 million artifact in there. You know, they're
Yeah.
probably not going to just open it a random knock. You know, housekeeping.
Well, they might. Conductor, check ticket. Who knows? We can figure out a subterfuge, but yeah, they are going to be paranoid. They probably got 800 grand in cash and an artifact, and they're missing two people. One they know they're missing. The other one they don't know why they're missing. Assuming that, yeah, that last guy was definitely part of their party. The
Yeah,
obsidian
and
knife
so-
gives it away. So
And he's not there. He had no communication with him. So they're going to think, oh, he missed the train. Or he said, I'm going to be watching the agent. Oh, she's, see if any, maybe they think he got compromised. So they're probably going to be even more on guard. I think now, if we are going to be doing a storm the gates thing, now's the time to do it because there's no one else
yeah, I agree.
coming in and out. But I'm not
We can
sure if now
minimize
is the time
collateral
to
damage. Yeah. The only question is how loud do we want to be?
Well, they got knives. There's 4 of them against 3 of us, and they go down pretty quick. But I don't know if we can all be in a 4-man
Yeah,
room
because we're going to be
fighting.
fighting in a hallway and then a small room. You won't be able to swing a sword, so you're going to have to rely on your pistol skills.
Well, these
I can
doors are
swing them.
sliding doors too. They don't
slide.
they don't swing inwards.
Right.
And even though that these rooms hold 4 people, they were originally going to have 6 people. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, so the rooms
are
are
oversized.
No, meaning that they may have more than one room.
I see. That's right, because there were originally 6 of them, and then they went down to 4. It would have made sense to have 2 rooms. So room 7 and 8. Knowing these guys, they would probably want.
Lighten up the rooms.
Yeah. What so there is a we have a long stop there. So I want to just to do a quick check. I will debark the train, if that's the right word. Get off the train. Disembark and just kind of take a walk down the side of the train to where their room is. You said that's room 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just see if their blinds are closed and stuff like that. And I'll pretend like I'm just fiddling around on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, watch all the other rooms too.
I want you to make a luck roll to see
and that's-
if that window is on that side of the transom.
Oh, right. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's roll high. That's an 8.
8. Okay, so that is actually on the inboard side, meaning you'd have to climb down onto the tracks
Yeah,
and all
let's
that
not
other
do that.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Deso says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go try to get in room number 7. I'm going to pretend to be drunk, and I'm going to try to feel that I can't get my room key, and I'm going to yell at my wife, who's supposed to be inside, to try to get her to open the door.
Yeah, put the little slider in. It's not
Yeah,
working.
keep
Start
going,
banging
keep
on the
going.
door.
Susan, let me in. Susan,
Sarah,
what the
Sarah
hell?
Harbor.
Okay, maybe her name should be something like Ellen. How about that?
Sure.
Okay. And then Nakamura and you back me up. Once I'm in, let's make it happen.
Well, I will. Maybe we post up one of us on. Let's see. There's room 7. What room number are we? You said.
Well, we know the guys in 7. We know they've used that one. They probably also have 8 or 9.
You're in room 2.
So we're room 2. We're kind of far away. So how about we position one of us near room?
I said we go on either side of room 7. You're on one side, I'm on the other.
One on room number 5, one on room number 9.
Yeah.
And then you're on 7.
I'm on 7. I'm going to draw my pistol. I'm going to keep it down. I'm going to bang with my offhand like, Ellen, open the door. My key doesn't work. Yeah.
Who's there?
Ellen? Who you got in there with you?
There's no
Open the damn door.
Ichi
What?
and Makamura will be making sure the doors next to it aren't opening or anything like that. And if they do, we'll either engage or we'll
door unlatch and begin to slide open.
Mm-hmm.
Of 7.
Yes, of 7.
All right.
And as the door fully opens, you see this older man there. He's wearing boxers and a wife beater shirt. Looks like he's about 65 years old. Big old paunchy belly. Looks like he hasn't shaved in a couple of days. And you see a woman in a muumuu sitting on one of the beds.
It's them. Get them.
So what the hell's going on here?
Each has got the gun behind him. Oh, where's Ellen?
What the there is no fucking Ellen. I already told you that.
I'll engage with
Who's
Ellen,
Henry?
Stan, come here. And I'll put my arm around Stan, acting kind of drunk. Sorry, we've been kind of
what the
entertaining in the bar cart. Sorry, he got the wrong room. We're down here a few. Come on, man. What are you doing?
What?
Sorry, sir. Sorry. We'll get you some drinks.
Have a good trip.
Car later.
Stupid idiots. He closes the door, locking it. All you could hear is, "Hey, the fuck is Ellen?"
All right, so it's not room number 7.
How is that possible, though? They have a ticket. They're supposed to be in the room. Apostle.
We've just made a sound that other people are going to hear. I'm going to take a quick look down the hall and see if any other doors are opening.
Okay. Make your alertness check.
Okay. That's a 53.
Makamura rolled a 2.
Failed. 76 over 53.
As you guys are starting to come to terms with what you've done, you see Makamura is like tapping you on the shoulder each, and he's pointing, and you could see there are heads that are leaning out of rooms 9, 10, 12, seeing what's going on. Everybody's closing their doors when they see you looking. You see that there's somebody leaning out of room 3, closes that door too.
Okay. Was that someone of anything in particular, or just another person taking a peek?
Was
They're
there
just
anybody
all
bald?
people that are looking.
Okay.
It was so quick you really couldn't tell.
Okay. All right. One of the doors, I think you probably didn't mention room number 1 or room number 11.
Or room number 4.
4, okay.
Or 12.
Or 12.
Okay. Well, so we know it's not 7, and we know it's not 2.
Well, it could have been somebody looking out as well. I mean, they could have just been peeking.
Yeah, I know. I just was saying we know for sure that, well, not for sure, but okay. Well, I say, I don't know.
The drunk guy thing is now exhausted. So the only ones that didn't open were 11 and 12. Can we talk? Is there a conductor around the train that we can ask if any of the rooms are available, or at least see if they can tell us that they're occupied? All of them are occupied.
When the train begins to move again,
Yes.
and the passenger compartments open up to one another, unless you were to go outside the train, in which case they probably wouldn't be able to give you that information. Mm-hmm. They would have to be on the train to use the computer.
Right.
So.
Okay.
I mean,
How much time do we have before the train starts to move?
4 minutes.
All right, let's wait and just. When the train's in motion, that also helps us. We can minimize collateral damage because people won't be coming on and off it. So we know 7's.
wait
full
and see
tube.
if anyone's coming back into this area of the room of the car.
Yeah, that'll help us too.
Okay.
All right.
The lights begin to flicker back on, and the train begins to pull forward. At this point, it seems a little slower out of the gate. It's because they added a few cars to the train. After it gets rolling, it's announced over the intercom that the meal service will begin. And for those traveling coach, they will have to eat in their seats. Everyone else can either go to the dining car or their roomette or their bedroom.
Okay.
You wanted to talk with a conductor, you said?
Yes. Wanted to talk to a conductor, flash the credentials, and say, look, 12 rooms, are all 12 occupied?
Yeah, I'm afraid we're running a full complement this trip, agent.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something I can help you with?
We're looking for 4 individuals, bald, carrying a box. Could you perhaps point me to which one or which room that has occupants that fit that description?
Oh, I'm sorry, agent. I was already on the train when people boarded. I didn't see who was getting on or off. I'm part of the service aspect. I can keep an eye out for you if you would like.
Yeah, well, I know you're doing the meal service. You also delivering coffee into the rooms?
Some of the rooms, yeah.
Okay, which ones are, can you tell me which ones?
I just go down the line and just knock on the doors.
Oh, that'd be great. If you could tell me if any of these rooms have 4 men in them who have bald shaved heads, and maybe look for a wood box about 12 inches wide, 12 inches long, about 8 inches deep. If you see something like that, could you just let us know?
Absolutely, agent.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. Don't talk to them. Don't engage. Just do your regular coffee service. But if you see that, that would be much preferable if you could let us know.
Okay. Yeah, you bet.
Also, see if the one you're talking to, Tony, has a shaved head.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
He may not have a full head of hair, but he's not bald.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah. Never know, man. There's already been one conductor.
Great. So now we've got someone do our reconnaissance for us. We just hang out waiting for him to come back and tell us who had the 4 guys with the box.
So what I'm thinking too is they probably already know they're being followed.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see any reason for us to try to be skulking. So I think that if we post one of us at the bottom of that hallway and one of us, the other door on the next to room 11 and 12 in the shower rooms, those also connect to another car, Ryder?
I have to zoom back in. Hang on a second, brother. You talking about at the far east?
Yeah, the east door and the west door. Yeah.
You talking about the upper part? Because this is the shower. I would imagine that there's a door at the end of the hallway.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Like if we were to post myself at one and one of the other agents at the other and just kind of see, I don't know if we need to be as subtle and sneaky. They're going to come out of their room eventually, right?
Yeah.
You'd think.
Or at least have one person, stationed to do it in breaks and stuff like that. We can always hear what Emmett, the car conductor guy, tells us, but
Yeah.
So who's down by the shower room?
well, nobody is currently. I was saying we could do that.
Oh, you tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to Agent Adesso here at what we could potentially do.
Well,
I'm
we
not
could
good
tell.
enough to
Let's
talk
find out
to.
from Emmett if anybody's got descriptions matching that. There may not be 4 guys in one room. What we're really concerned with the box, and let's see if we can make a concerted effort simply to get it. So my thought would be that we have the conductor do the reconnaissance, tells us the room that's really likely to have what we want in it, and then we can go loud to get to that. Because once we go loud, we're going to have to stop the train and we're going to have to get off this train. And we're going to need Heisenberg's assistance to do that. As a matter of fact, we should probably set that up before we do it and tell Heisenberg, yeah, here's the deal. Our train is between point X and point Y. If we get what we want, we're going to need a cleanup crew and we're going to need to be evacuated. So if he's ready and poised to do that, it would be much better.
And if I recall right, we need to get the box. We don't care where they're taking this box necessarily. Is that part of the thing, Handler?
You don't care where they're taking the box?
Yeah, like the goal is to obtain the box and get it. Like we don't care to find where they're taking this thing as a hideout or all that. We just need to intercept it and get going. Is that correct?
Well, he is kind of curious where it's going towards.
He was saying that there's a bunch of yachts in Emeryville, and that this company owned a yacht, and it looked like the artifact was bound for Emeryville and would likely be boarded onto a yacht. Although it won't be going to Vienna because it's on the wrong coast, but wherever that's where it seems to be going. Let's talk to Heisenberg. Maybe we need to question somebody. Maybe we need to leave somebody alive so we can talk to them.
Do they want us to leave? Do they want us to leave? Have the box taken to the docks and then we procure it there?
Well, you'd formally said we need to get to the box before it gets off the train at Emeryville and gets to the yacht. So, I mean, it's not ideal that we take it on the train. It simply isn't. Maybe we set up something in Emeryville when it gets there, and we just make sure that it gets to Emeryville, and then we can set up a hit when it gets to its final destination, because it's going to leave the train at some point. And when it does, we can seize it when it gets off the train, because it'll become easier for us. So we're not fighting in a hallway or a roomette.
Yeah, now there's people all around outside the train. People. And if they jump into a car, we don't have a car, So, well, how about this? I'm going to post up in the hallway where I can see a clear view of the hallway. And which rooms didn't open up?
4, 12, 11, 1, and 2.
Well, you're in 2, so.
Yeah. That's one of the rooms that didn't open.
So 4, 1, 11, and 12.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I will post up at the end near 11 and 12, and then maybe Makamura can post up near the other area where 1 is and stuff. And then you call Heisenberg and find out what our thing is. Does he want us to try to take it now? We have an idea on a couple rooms where it could be. I doubt they're storing it in train luggage storage, if that's a thing.
Yeah, they would keep it next to them and keep a close eye on it. All right, I'll go into our room and make a report to Heisenberg.
Okay. You call him up, Odesso.
Here's our situation. We've narrowed it down to 4 locations on the train, all in the same car. Problem is narrow hallway, lots of collateral damage. It could get real loud and could get real messy. Our thought is to follow it to its final destination, which we feel is going to be Emeryville. The ticket we took off the guy we killed had a full fare at a roomette all the way to Emeryville, California. Do we have assets in Emeryville so that we could set up a seizing point when the object leaves the train?
I could make that arrangement. I could have agents waiting for you when the train arrives.
That's what we're thinking. We think the best place to take the action and take it would be at its final destination when it leaves the train, and we can make a quick exit. We can put people into vans. We can use air assets if we need to in order to make our escape. And we can watch it to make sure that it doesn't get off at any other point between here and Emeryville.
Yeah, I want you just to keep a 20 on it the whole time.
Can do.
See where it's going. If it leaves the train, follow it where it goes. Try to get as much intel on it. You know what I'm saying?
I do. So if it leaves the train, you don't want us to take it. You want us to follow it.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, then. The final stop is Emeryville. We have a good assumption that this is where it's going to go.
Okay. And I just got in touch with the agents that picked up Agent Nova back at Penn Station and the other body. We're not getting any ID on that other body. So I really don't have any information to say who this individual was. So I don't know how strong their force is. So watch your 6.
Will do. It may be possible there's a backup team on the train and that the real action will take place once it leaves.
Well, you know that anything that goes on that train, everybody's going to have to be expendable if they see what goes down. There's only so much that your credentials will be able to hide.
Understood.
Because once the locals get on board, you're going to have to start filling out forms if you got a bunch of dead bodies on board.
Right. So we'll follow. We'll wait for the object to leave the train. We'll keep in contact with you at every stop. And how many stops do we have left?
Let's see here.
Odessa would know that
As you're
because-
coming along in the evening, there's a few more stops before you wind up in Union Station tomorrow morning. And right now, currently, it's about 7:30 at night.
Okay. So we've got 3 more stops or so. A few, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got 3 more stops. We'll check in at each one, let you know. If anything changes, we'll also let you know. But we'll see what happens. But my bet is on Emeryville.
Copy that. Keep me posted.
Will do.
So the evening begins to wane on. Nakamura and each, you guys are posted at opposite ends of this hallway. You see people come in and out. The individuals out of room 7, this older couple, they come out and they start heading towards the dining car. You see a couple come out of room 1 and start heading towards the dining car. You see 2 individuals leave room 12, 2 men wearing hats, and start heading towards the dining car. After that, it just kind of gets quiet.
Okay. Well, I think that we should have eyes every stop here, just in case, so we know that they're still on the train. We could take shifts and get some rest and all that sort of thing. But I will alert Adesso and Makamura that 2 men wearing hats, probably covering a freshly shaven head, exited out of room 12, I believe you said it was.
That's correct.
Okay.
You have the lockpicking skills. Would you be able to get into that door?
If we're to follow the people, why would we want to even risk opening it up?
Because of the boxes in there, we can take it and leave.
We're supposed to follow where the box goes, correct?
Yeah, we are.
Well, that's 2 guys coming from room 12. That's potentially from room 11, which is right across from it. Maybe there's another 2 guys. So I'm not going to be perched out like a damn gargoyle anymore, but I think we should still monitor the hallway of the comings and goings and keep our door, keep someone at the door watching. Is there a peephole or whatever or no?
There is not.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, let's just switch out the guard. You go and get some rest in room 2, and I'll post up at room 11, at room 12, or next to the shower, next to the bathroom.
Well, is that going to alert them that we got people watching them?
Hopefully not. Did they notice you?
Did they notice me, Handler?
You're not sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible one of them looked in your direction.
Well, I was fiddling around on my phone and all that, so hopefully they just think I'm a normal person of today and constantly engrossed in a stupid little screen that's glowing my face, and I have nothing, going on after that. Just ensconced in the
Doom
glow.
scrolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, well, I will try to be, or I think our watches should be a little bit more discreet if possible. I don't know if it's standing in between the train cars looking through, or whatever, or propping yourself in the car right in front of the place and sit. I don't know.
The space between the cars, Handler, do they have you open the door, you step onto like a walkway that bridges the gap between the 2 cars?
Yeah, and they're enclosed as well. So you're
Okay,
not
so
like
someone
in the air, like it's not the fucking Polar Express, dude.
So if someone were to stand in that gap, they could duck out of the way when people open the door, right?
Theoretically,
Duck out
sure.
of the view. Yeah. I mean, it's more subtle than standing in the car.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
I think we should.
Odessa will take the next watch. He'll stand in that little gap between the 2 again, acting like he's playing with his phone, but really keeping an eye on the car.
How long are your shifts?
Let's do 2 hours each because there's 3 of us.
Okay. During your shift, Odessa, you see the 2 individuals making their way back towards room 12, wearing the hats.
What kind of hats are they?
Just like fedoras.
Fucking top hats.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking ball caps or fezzes.
wizards.
Obviously not fez, but yeah.
Anybody that wants to travel a train and feel haughty or whatever.
Classy.
Yeah, classy.
Did they look like younger men or older men?
It's kind of hard to tell. Their faces are mostly covered by the brims of their hat. If you want to make an alertness check.
Okay. I got a 60, and that's not going to pass. Failure for the fifth time.
You really can't tell.
Yeah.
They close the door. The rest of your shift goes on. The train gets really quiet. You see that the dark lights begin to engage as everybody starts going down for their sleep. Day 2, March 15th, Sunday. The engineer comes over the intercom and makes an announcement. Greetings. We'll be pulling into our next and final stop, Union Station. For those of you who are continuing your adventure with Amtrak aboard the California Zephyr, please note there will be a 4-hour layover in Chicago. This should give everyone enough time to visit the city, get something to eat, or shop. Thank you all for joining us on the Lakeshore Limited.
Who's on watch? We need to find out if they're getting out in Chicago.
Let's put Nakamura on the transom. I'll stay in that car window or go back to it because I'm pretty sure we've rotated. And then, handler, just to make clear, there are no other roomettes on this car. They didn't add any more when they added more cars.
They added 3 more cars at the time,
but no.
When they did the train build.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when it was down for 45 minutes?
I do. But did they add any more roomette cars?
Yes, they did.
Well,
And
Sammy,
just
we're
so
fairly
you know,
competent.
Before they added the room cars, there were already 3 view line sleepers on this train to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's entirely possible we maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Do we ever talk to the conductor again?
The room service guy.
We never did we?
No,
we
you
gotta
didn't.
do that. Let's talk to him.
Okay.
Before we make any further decisions, see if he has anything to say.
So the train starts pulling into the station. It starts slowing down. People start getting up, getting their gear, and he sees you guys. You see him. He's forward of the coach car, close to the front of the seats.
Okay. I'll approach him. Good afternoon to you.
Oh, hi, Agent. How have you been? Did you...
Keep your voice down.
Oh, sorry.
Did you notice anything?
You know, you told me to look out for anybody that was bald. And I mean, I saw a couple of older guys that were thinning out, but I haven't seen anybody that didn't have hair on their head.
How about the box? Did you see a wood box?
I haven't seen a box. No, I haven't.
Okay.
I know there's been quite a few rooms that didn't answer for the room service call for food or drink. But yeah, I didn't see anybody that matched the description of what you were looking for. I mean,
which rooms did not answer for coffee or anything else?
Oh, geez. You know, we got quite a few sleeping cars.
Well, not the sleeping cars, just the roomettes.
Well, those are considered sleeping cars, Agent.
Oh, very well. Sorry.
Each one of them has 12 rooms. That's 36 rooms plus the 2 that we just added, which is another 24. You know,
the other two cars are not concerned to us, but the ones that we are, that is.
Well, we had in car number 1, we had 9, 11, 12. In car number 2, we had 2, 6, 7, 9, and 12. And then car number 3, let me look at my list here. Number 2 didn't answer. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 didn't answer.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Your attention to detail has been much appreciated. You have a good rest of your work shift.
Thank you, and I hope you join us again, Agent.
Thank you.
And you see people start to disembark the train.
Anybody carrying a wood box?
Well, in the current car you are in, you don't see anybody leaving with the wood box. So, if you were to see, you would probably have to come out onto the platform outside.
We have Makamura out there right now.
Oh, do you?
He had said 2 of us were out there and 1 of us was inside. So I can't remember who was inside or who was out.
Well, Paulie will be inside since he was talking to the conductor, so that would leave you and Makamura on the transom.
Right on.
Or the platform, I mean.
Each, you get a text from Makamura, and it says, I see the box.
Okay. And I know where he was positioned, so I will get Adesso, out now. We found the package.
As you guys make your way out onto the platform, you're watching the passengers disembark. You see 4 men, all with hair under hats, disembark.
Wigs.
2 of the men bracketed and imposing another individual, and the 4th man seems to be carrying a wooden box with the approximate dimensions of 20 inches by 12 by 12. The men make their way towards a passenger pickup area and hail one of the many shuttle vans available. They all climb on board.
Real quick, handler, does it look like it matches the box description on the receipt?
It does.
Excellent. Okay, and we're in Chicago?
You are in Chicago.
Okay, and there we go. Buying the tick all the way to Emeryville was a very nice, clever diversion. Okay, let's start following people.
Yeah, did we get our ride from Heisenberg?
No, Heisenberg has a team staged in Emeryville. We're in Chicago. We're going to have to scramble here.
You're at Union Station.
Yeah, so Odessa will get on the phone and tell him, no, it's Union Station. Let's get as much information as we can because we're going to need to track it. Have they left the station yet?
I'll hail down a shuttle as well.
Yeah.
And we'll say, our friends are in this car up here. Can you follow them?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, our friends.
You want some pizza?
That's a guy that's the driver?
That's the driver.
Okay, we're going to get another driver. I'm just kidding.
You can get that other driver.
Yeah.
Next session.
There we go.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is grab his knife. Dude, I tell you, we were talking about this last night, telling like how we all are. We all think along the same lines.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell Tone about the name?
Odysseus. I had chosen that name, and then Sam had dropped a bunch of names that began with O. And I said, well, what about Odysseus? And he's like, yeah, he'll probably go with that one. I was like, okay. So the list I sent you was all the other ones. And then I'm like, oh, and he's like, don't forget to send him Odysseus too. So I sent that. And sure as shit, the one you picked was the one we said. Did you pick that name or did I pick that name?
I picked it, but I wasn't going to say that I did.
I couldn't remember.
But yeah, I had, because we were talking about O names. I'm like, Okami, that's Wolf. That's perfect. And I'm like, Odysseus. Tone loves he's the sailor. He loves the Greek shit. And then there was the other list of like O names, like Agent Orange, Agent Onyx, Obsidian. And then it's like, then he forgot to include Odysseus, and that was the one you picked. I was
looking at the list and I'm thinking, okay, which one? And then the other one, Odysseus. Okay, that one. That's going to do it.
Yeah, we knew exactly that would be the one. I couldn't remember if I picked it or you, but I don't mind.
So a little Danzig there. Nice.
Yeah,
there we go.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support this show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com where you can download the current show directly pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.